Overpowered anime characters that are forced to reveal their extraordinary strength after being taken for losers are just awesome. The face of every bully or villain, when they finally realize that they are actually completely powerless, is a memorable sight. Those anime are the most exciting and satisfying types around, and literally, everybody enjoys them. I offer you a list filled with the best anime, where the main character is overpowered but hides it. And if you're new here, don't forget subscribe to our channel, also hit that notifications bell, so that you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Starting this list, we have Noragami. Gaudyato is a minor deity. He works as a delivery god that will accept all requests for only 5 yen. Looked down on by the other gods, and only dreaming of becoming rich and famous. Yatokami hides a secret that can make all those who wronged him beg for his forgiveness. His true identity, his true name, is that of a terrifying being. A being that till now, even after centuries of absence, is still remembered, and strikes fear in the heart of humans and God alike. You see, for a god to keep on existing, he needs to be worshipped. Nobody could understand how Yato didn't disappear yet. Wanting to get rid of his past and his true self, no matter how hard things would get, Yato never used his former power, but everything comes to light after a certain encounter. Hiyori, a high school student, sacrificed herself for him when he was about to get run over by a car. A useless sacrifice considering who he is. She somehow managed to hold on to life, but this accident affected her soul and made it roam out of her body at random times. She decides to pay Yato to force him to heal her. With her help, he recruited a new weapon by harvesting the souls of Yukine, who transformed into a magnificent katana. The three of them start a journey fighting evil spirits and putting arrogant gods in their place. As time passed by, the trio grew closer. It becomes harder and harder for the wannabe god to keep them from discovering his secret. If they ever find out, will they leave him like everybody else? In 9th place we have Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? If you didn't watch this anime until now, you have to watch it. This is one of my best anime that I watched. It is also in my top anime list. This is the perfect example of anime, where main character is overpowered, but try to hide it. In this anime, the main character is an outstanding and intelligent girl. That's why every student in his school hates her to see his achievement. I already watched it, and I liked it very much. Same as every isekai anime, she died in a car accident. After that she meets with the god. God asked him, which type of person you wanna be in your next life, and she says that she wanna be an average. After that she got reincarnated in a magical world, as an average girl to live a normal life. After some time she knew that, she is not an average. Her power is 68,000 times of an average human being. Because God takes an average of the most powerful creature and low power creature on the planet. That's why she is more powerful than the others. In 8th place we have The Legend of the Legendary Heroes. Alpha Stigma is the name of the bearer of cursed eyes. Their eyes have the ability to analyze and copy all types of magic. But the power of the Alpha Stigma is too great, and almost impossible to control. Every host ends up losing his mind to the power, and starts to destroy and annihilate everything and everyone in sight, friends and foes alike. The ones that awaken the curse are avoided like the plague. Rainer Lut is one of the bearers of the alpha stigma. After awakening his eyes at a young age, he loses everything to the power. Rampaging and covering his blood, even his trusted friends would run in terror at the sight of him. He then decides to seal his power, and never use it again, even at the cost of his own life. Soon after, he is forced to enter the Roland Empire's Magician Academy, to escape from the orphanage he was living in. They knew nothing of his power, and for the other students, he was a lazy loser, who couldn't cast the simplest spells. One person with great aspiration saw what he was capable of. He knew what he was, and yet he wanted him as a comrade, and that person was Cyan Astal, the person who was destined to become the future king of the nation. After their meeting, their destinies get intertwined, and under Shun's order, Rainer sets on a journey in search of relics that can maybe save their nation. In 7th place we have Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. In this anime, main character named Ichiru Suzuki, who was a game developer. He fell asleep after working so long. After woke up, he found himself in a game, which he was creating. As he tried to understand everything, he got attacked by the army of Lizard Man. He killed the whole army of Lizard Man with his magical item, which is given to every beginner. That raises his level to 130. He gains a lot of new skills, and magical items, money by killing those monsters. In the meantime he meets some new people, and lives in a kingdom. He did not want to reveal that he is very powerful, so he pretends to be weak. In 6th place we have By the Grace of the Gods. In this anime, a man named Ryoma Takebayashi. He was very hardworking, humble, and muscular. He died of sneezing. After he dies, God reincarnates him as a 13-year boy in a magical world, where he can enjoy his life. God also gave him powers, and a guidebook. After that he finds himself in a forest. He was afraid of the city, so he decided to live in the forest, and learned magic, and other things from the book that God had given him. Meanwhile he teamed a slime, and becomes a slime researcher. After 3 years, he met some good people hunting in the forest. They become his friends, and take him to the city, where he can live as he wants. In 5th place we have Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. A long time ago, the ancient saviors of humanity founded a village as their haven, with their descendants said to assist humanity in times of extreme chaos. This village, Kunlun, is located just beside the infamous Last Dungeon, a place where monsters of unimaginable strength reside, and which serves as the hunting grounds for Kunlun residents. Despite being accustomed to defeating powerful enemies since childhood, Lloyd Belladonna regards himself as the weakest in his village in terms of magic, strength, and intelligence. Even so, to fulfill his desire of becoming a soldier, he goes to the kingdom of Azumi to enroll in its military academy. However, as someone whose upbringing defies common sense, Lloyd's innate power might just prove to be the key to end the crises enveloping the kingdom. In 4th place we have Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor. The Alzano Empire is home of the rarest magic schools in the world. Here, ambitious young students undergo training to become competent magicians. Sistine Faibal, a noble girl, and her friend Rumia Tingal attend the academy, determined to cultivate their skills. Furthermore, their world is thrown on a loop when their favorite teacher surprisingly retires. Then, the anime focuses on the enigmatic main character Glenn Radas replaces him. He is so overpowered but he hide his power. His attitude towards life and magic puts him at odds with his class. Additionally, nefarious forces hidden within the Empire's walls became active. Rumiya and Glenn find themselves caught up in their schemes. Akashic records of bastard magic instructor follows Sistine, who is captivated by a mysterious floating sky castle, Rumiya, who is haunted by a troubled past, and Glenn, who may be more than meets the eye. Though completely different on the surface, they are inexplicably bound together by a thread of fate. Moving on, we have Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 anime series focuses on the 8th grader overpowered main character, Shigeo Mob Kageyama, who has tapped into his inner wellspring of psychic prowess at a young age. But the power quickly proves to be a liability when he realizes the potential danger in his skills. Choosing to suppress his power, Mob's only present use for his ability is to impress his longtime crush, Tsubomi, who soon grows bored of the same tricks. In order to effectuate control on his skills, Mob enlists himself under the wing of Arataka Ryujin, a con artist claiming to be a psychic, who exploits Mob's powers for pocket change. Now, exorcising evil spirits on command has become a part of Mob's daily, monotonous life. However, the psychic energy he exerts is barely the tip of the iceberg. If his vast potential and unrestrained emotions run berserk, a cataclysmic event that would render him completely unrecognizable will be triggered. As a result, the progression toward Mob's explosion is rising, and attempting to stop it is futile. Next we have The Devil is a Part-Timer. The Devil is a Part-Timer is a good anime, where the main character is an overpowered demon lord, coming from another world to live on Earth as a human, while he tries to hide his real identity and power. The demon lord Satan, who begins to conquer the land of Ante-Isla with his vast demon armies. However, while embarking on this quest to take over the continent, his efforts stop to the hero Amelia, forcing Satan to make his retreat through a dimensional portal to land in the human world. The demon finds himself stranded in Tokyo, and vows to return and complete his subjugation of Ante-Isla. Satan assumes the guise of a human named Sadav Mao and begins working at McDonald's to make ends meet. He soon realizes that his goal of conquering Ante-Isla is just not enough. The Devil is a Part-Timer presents a hilarious view of the most mundane aspects of everyday life, all through the eyes of Demon Lord. And last we have Sukimichi Moonlet Fantasy. Sukimichi is the story of Makoto, a teenager from our world, who is taken to a fantasy world, before being cast aside to die by that world's goddess for being too ugly. However, as the son of two heroes, who fled the fantasy world for Earth, and the god of Earth granting a portion of his power to Makoto, the young man might be the single most powerful existence on the planet, and his power level is 1. Much of the humor of the series comes from his overpowered nature. Unsure of what is normal in the fantasy world, he assumes that the things he can do are nothing special. It doesn't help that his closest companions, Tomo and Mio, are some of the world's most dangerous monsters, which further eschews his perception. This is, in fact, his first major weakness, not just his ignorance of his overwhelming strength, but his lack of knowledge about the world overall as well. That's all for today's list. I hope you must enjoy the video. Show your support by dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. In the end, you all stay happy, and I will see you in the next video.